Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Tangledeep, where I have done some basic inventory maintenance. You can see an awful lot of garbage getting sold here. We are now considerably richer, and also, look at all the garbage we're not carrying around. I also threw a bunch of stuff in the bank, things that theoretically could be useful on future characters, mostly stuff like the rings that increase your elemental damage. You know, someday we'll probably play a character who has a lot of poison stuff, and then I sure will be happy I saved the poison ring. So, we were about to take the branch up after defeating, what's his name? Duke whatever. Dirtbeak. Duke Dirtbeak. I think let's just go ahead and, well, you know what? Let's check out the casino. We're being told that it's restocked. I did throw all our casino tokens in the bank, so we don't have anything on us right now, but if they have something really cool here, we can go back and get the stuff. It looks like just some yellows. We're starting to see items that are closer in power to the indomitable Cutter of Kumakan. They're 302 power for an offhand weapon, but we're not quite there yet. One thing that we could do is we could start trying to level up our gear a little bit. Like we could go inside the item dream of the wrap, perhaps. I think trying to go inside the item dream of the axe would still be very dangerous because, first of all, it's a high-level dungeon, and secondly, we would not be allowed to use the axe in there. But we could maybe sometime in the near future start leveling up our other items. For now, let's just go back up to Branching Vista, and what rumors did we have? Which way were we going? Okay, I am inclined to go to Stone-Hewn Halls rather than the Ancient Ruins, just because in that direction there is a reward of job points, and I think we wanna start really getting to mastery of this job. So is this Stone-Hewn Halls? I mean, it sure looks like some... Nope, this is actually just backwards. Sorry, the branch is over here. Okay. This is the Ancient Ruins. Alright, let's not go this way. As much as I do, generally speaking, love a good ancient ruin, I love job points even more. There you go, that looks like a stone-hewn thing. I'll just trust you that we're going to get in here and we're going to find some halls. You know, honestly, I think I might just take the rest here. No, I suppose we should build up our supply of campfire stuff. We'll make another campfire fruit, I guess. We still are not really at the point where things are challenging, but we're going to get there pretty soon, I think. The fact that we're starting to see items in shops that have a power level comparable to the items we're already carrying suggests to me that we are going to start getting into fights that we can't easily just power our way through here. Also, I should probably get back to full health. Okay, so Rock Viper. I'm a little over leveled too, I think. Well, that's inconvenient. I don't want to stand in a fire. Here, take this. Nope, never mind. Don't take this. How about one of those? There you go. That's a thing that'll deal damage. It probably does not surprise you to know the fireman does not want to be hit with water. I do kind of like this thing where we kill the hell out of them long before they reach us. By the time they get over to us, it's already too late. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. I see that there's loot all over the floor. So what I would really like to do is kill the other guy first. 60%. Okay. He's at 21. Well, that's inconvenient. 21 is just above the amount of health that he's allowed to have. Yeah, this is really awkward. I need to hit the other guy one more time without hitting the alchemist. Okay, well the other guy is in open retreat. That's fine. So you're at 37 now? I want to hit him with a spell, not with a melee attack. I'm afraid our melee attacks will all kill him. Let's try Water Scroll. Water Scroll is soft. Okay, thanks to the secret that we learned from Jesse in the ranch, 17% is totally sufficient. Let's bonk this dude and get the hell out of here. Nope, you leave me alone. See that? He's trying to execute his comrade. It's like that scene in Starship Troopers. The bandits don't know what happens if I drag them away, but they know it's not good. Jesse, are you gonna... You're just gonna let him... Alright. I guess you know what you're doing. Hey, I brought this quote-unquote monster. His name is definitely not a person. Can I... Will it let me do that? Yes. He is definitely not a person. So, I like chemists a lot because they have a healing ability. It can be difficult to manage the HP of your dudes. That said, he is jaw-droppingly beautiful. That said, he does only have 280 max HP, and the gold frog has 900. So, why don't we try feeding this gold frog? Let's see if we can get him... Wow, look at his weight! What the hell? Why is he so incredibly heavy? Gold frogs are so dense. All right, let's feed him some stuff. Let's see here. Do you like Tangledeep curry? It was okay. How about a smoothie? Smoothie's just okay. What about some mint fudge? I have never understood mint and chocolate together, but you might, you know? Lots of people seem to... Oh, he loves apples. That's great, because apples are super easy to find. So we just got to get his happiness to level 3, right? I mean, it says he loves it, but it is still taking, like, 3 of them to level him up. Alright, what about other stuff? If you like apples, I'm sure you'll like pumpkins. They're basically the same thing, but bigger. No, he's not falling for that? Okay, well, what about an entire wheel of cheese? Cheese is fine. Cheese, also not really that much like an apple, it turns out. Do I have anything that would be like an apple? Is there anything that's apple-like? I mean, bananas are fruit. They're certainly not apple-like. Want some, like, mints? He's fine with mints, I guess. That's 3. Alright, let us borrow him. You know what? I'm gonna groom him, too. Whoa! Whoa, it's expensive to bathe this frog! I guess you gotta do it very carefully. Also, you know, part of bathing an animal is usually, like, lifting it up and cleaning the underside and stuff, and for that, she has to go rent a crane, there's, like, a team of guys involved, there's hazard pay. We'll not worry about it for the moment. What I would love to worry about for the moment, though, is, buddying up with and then insuring this pet. Oh, this pet, in fact, needs to be content 6. That was not true of the other one, right? It might be based on their level. Okay, well, I did not sell any food. We still have lots and lots of food. So I guess let's just give him a bunch of stuff until we figure out something else he likes. What about, like, good cheese? Oh, no, he, in fact, hates good cheese. He's fine with crappy cheese, but he hates the good stuff. I kind of get that. I'm making fun of him a little bit, but I see where he's coming from. I also have cheap taste, and let me tell you something. It has been nothing but a blessing for the entirety of my life. When you're a young kid from a family that doesn't have a lot of money and all your friends are into bands and stuff, you know, that period in middle school where you have to be into bands, it's really like a blessing to be into punk rock because punk rock CDs are usually very cheap. I had to listen to a lot more music than I would have otherwise if I had liked more expensive music. What about a leg of turkey? Now, the only thing he really wants is apples, man. What about this milk? You want, like, a whole thing of milk? No, he hates milk, of course. He hates all dairy except for cheap wheels of cheese. Well, I'm not giving you any of the good food. That's my food. I need that. You want some gelato? Oh, he loves gelato. It's a shame gelato is actually fairly rare. Well, okay. I'm going to give him some of this curry. I'm going to give him all these curries because we're not going to eat them. They're too low value. You want a fruit bowl? Fruit bowl's also fine. Alright, well, I think we're just going to have to... I'm going to give them all of our pumpkins, too, because I don't really think the pumpkins are important. Boy, it takes a lot of food to level them up. I think more than it used to. Okay, the coffee was fine. He's at 5. We can get him to 6. I'm just going to give him all of our cheese. I'm going to stuff this frog with cheeses. Man, who knows if he's... We're going to get him out in the field, and he's going to turn out to be terrible at fighting on account of he's a frog that's made of gold. Which is like, what if a frog was made of a material that made it constitutionally incapable of doing any of the things that a frog is supposed to do? Alright, I think we should probably insure this pet. That's not too bad, $675. Just to make sure that if he gets wounded horribly, we don't have to go through that whole process again. Alright, let's see how Peter Pan handles the dungeon here. How much help he is. I think we're making some good progress here. The corral is shared between characters, so all of this fooling around with monster stuff I'm doing now is long-term prep. We have Ember Spirit the 8th, the Mighty. Do they reproduce? Do they have family lines? Is that a real thing? Well, now you're moist, so take that. It feels like we should probably not stand in the fire. Okay, how much is Peter Pan health? He's bludgeoning a guy for some. He's doing some damage. So, like, my main hand's doing 99, my offhand's doing 56, and Frog Guy is doing 37. That's fine. He has some abilities, too, like he can pounce on people. I'm hoping that that's going to turn out to be, like, relevant. Also, he can do this. He can just, like, get people's attention. We can flask and heal, and it will also affect him. He's definitely, like, doing splashy jumps up there. I suppose I ought to be using my magic in situations like this. Oh, I'm too stunned for magic. Basically, anytime we can hit more than one person, we ought to go ahead and magic up. We do have another tab of... No, wait, not tab. Control? Yeah. We do have another tab of magics here. But a lot of these are things that I have to think about a little bit more. I guess, like, Relentless Current is the thing you gotta build up. Ice Tortoise is... You know what? Ice Tortoise would be pretty good here. We should probably be using Ice Tortoise a lot on this floor, actually, because there are so many enemies that are made of fire, who do not like to be hit with icy things. What's your deal? You are... Grim. Is very resistant to a couple of things, just generally resistant to stuff. Also, there's a staircase over there, but we can't see where it goes yet. How dare you? Oh, and we're one space too far away to use our new charge. Okay. Now I will use my new charge. Graceful piercing attack. Look how graceful it is. A greedy sure strike ring of companions. Okay, well this is the place that we have the quest for. I'm gonna take one more Pandora's box. Maybe I should be done with those. It's hard to know what the appropriate number is. Our strength is now really high thanks to all of our bonus equipment. We might want to take a little bit of discipline. Elemental defense, obviously, is also important. And we hit level 10, so 3% of max HP instantly, or 1.2% per turn while the flask is active, and the flask is active for 5 turns. So this is twice as much HP, but delivered over time. I think we can usually look ahead enough to get that, to get the efficiency there. Armando is selling lots and lots of yellow armor. The thing is, our equipment is also good. I suppose one thing that we should probably be looking for is a piece of gear to wear while we are item dreaming our... Oops. I didn't even see him there, I just pressed toward him. While we're doing the item dream on the wrap. So we should probably try to find, like, a good piece of gear to wear, but I don't honestly think any of his stuff was good enough. Hey there. What are you doing in a place like this? I only came for the precious ore, but now I'm a little over my head when it comes to these monsters. Well, I think your second sentence there answered your question. Can I help? I do love murder. Well, sure, that would be great. There's a load of Orichalcum in the level above here. If you bring some back, I can forge something for you. Yeah, that sounds fine. Lava pools everywhere. Most of the nasty monsters are lava-proof. Listen, I have been more concerned. Okay, this seems like a fine time for an ice tortoise. His name is Dumadre Reldeal. Some monsters talk a big game. This guy right here, he's the Reldeal. Alright, he cast his fire in a terrible place because he was distracted by my pet. He is very resistant to physical. He's not resistant to water at all. Are our spikes actually doing damage? Yeah, okay, 119 with the water scroll. Honestly, it seems like the spikes are maybe just not hitting him. I'm not seeing it in the weapon or in the log here. And he's actually, like, pretty tough. He is surviving. Is it 5% and Peter Pan's weapon is ineffective? You know what? Let's go ahead and jump out. We can finish him from a distance with other stuff. Or maybe Peter Pan will just get there. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. He seems to be doing an okay enough job surviving. The fact that he has 900 health, and as such we have time to heal him when we notice things are going wrong, is certainly going to be helpful. Alright, we're going to find a lot of like random gems around here, if I remember correctly, which we have very little use for. They sell alright. Not like super well, but alright. May as well just jump across. Do I want to take another of these? Where am I at? 547. We should probably finish learning this job. So this will be 350, so we'll have this very soon. And then, I don't know what. Well, I guess I should probably make sure that that's actually on my bar. This one. Yeah, okay. So all we have left is Thundering Lion that will exactly fill both of our hot bars, and then we'll just, we'll just have to be thoughtful as far as applying our abilities, making sure we're getting optimal use out of them. We're still having a pretty easy time. My concern is, by the time we notice that the Pandora's boxes are making monsters tough enough for them to be a danger to us, it will be too late, because then we'll keep leveling up into harder monsters and they'll just keep messing with us. There's no friendly fire, right? I'm not shooting him with my spells. No, okay. He did not take any damage from Lightning Scroll. Good. I would hate to harm my beautiful, beautiful pan boy. Does Wild Horse count as a physical attack? Well, this... Okay. That did, in fact, connect even through the blindness. And now he is running away, because he thinks he can escape. He doesn't know about my tortoise. My amazing tortoise style. Okay, I definitely saw a snake made entirely of fire there. That seems a little concerning. Am I allowed to Wild Horse? No, I cannot Wild Horse this guy. I was gonna say, I don't know exactly where it would put me. I do think we can just glide over. And then feels like we ought to hit him with the water. Actually, he's not particularly vulnerable to water. He's strong against fire, but not weak to water. See, this is the big concern with a pet that has no healing abilities, even if it's very tough, is that it just gets worn down over time, and it gets worn down over time way faster than you do, so you end up spending a lot more healing items than you otherwise would. Oh, I should probably use this as well while we're talking about it. Hold on, I should move and then use this. But yeah, we're gonna have to try to develop that alchemist or find another healing pet. You know what, I'll just flask. That's fine. We'll feed him a little bit of XP or of HP rather that way. Boy, he is all the way in there all of the time, huh? Hey, listen, I appreciate his go-get-'em spirit. The mighty Pulpo. So, we're gonna hit Healing Flask, and then it's a free turn. So we're also going to eat a leg of turkey, I guess? Like, we gotta get his HP restoration going. And then it would be really cool if I could somehow get this enemy to stop paying attention to him, but I don't have a taunt or anything. I guess I'll set up a Flame Serpent to try to compel the enemy to move. Frog jumped away somewhere, which is good. That'll give him time to heal. So the Flame Serpent doesn't actually do damage just sitting on people, but it causes me to do bonus damage to the enemies in it. Okay, we hit. Alright, so at this point, all of our job points are going into job mastery and weapon mastery type stuff. Have we found the stairs yet? I'm not trying to be, like, overly thorough here. That's not the button I want. I want this one. No, we still actually have not found the stairs up yet. Obviously, if you want to become optimally powerful, you do want to be super thorough. But I sort of want to underlevel a little bit here, just so that we're doing stuff that's a little bit more challenging. Where are we at on this? 11 turns on these brush strokes. I think I'm going to use our combat biography. That's very annoying. Whatever, it's fine. I'll be okay. Just to refresh the duration on those. Assuming... Okay, yeah. I realized after I did that I wasn't actually sure that they didn't get lost during floor transitions, but no, they don't. Okay, it feels like we got a water scrolling. Oh, I got confused for a moment there because it looked like he was still alive in the space. It was just a random non-sentient fire. You know, sometimes you're going to get the sentient fires and the non-sentient ones confused. It's just going to happen. He was going to explode on us there. My concern was if I backed up to not take the explosion, that Peter Pan would run forward into it, because, you know, pets. So I decided to just try to kill him instead, and it worked out, because good luck. Alright, let's maybe Inkstorm. It's trying to shorten the amount of time he has to deal damage to my pet. Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. I hosed him down with his least favorite element. Oh, don't run away from me toward my pet. Yeah. Even with his very, very high HP, trying to keep him around is just going to be costing us tons and tons of money. And he's not providing enough benefit. I think the balance on, like, the general idea of pets is a little... I guess I don't understand. It's probably just, like, they're not a thing that you're supposed to be using all of the time, the way I envision a corral pet working. Probably just you're supposed to bring them out when you desperately need the help. Because, boy, they do not make it... They make it both not super feasible and also kind of tedious to keep them alive 100% of the time. I guess you could, man, how much longer am I blinded for? Still 2? I mean, I guess it's not as much of an accuracy penalty as I was thinking. Oh my god, you coward. Let's Wild Horse him. Alright. Yeah, it's just, if you have a pet that can heal itself, it's not so much about healing during difficult combat, it's more about him just being able to manage his own upkeep. So he's a puller and he's acidified. Fire immune. Okay, that's not too bad. We can handle this. I'm gonna increase my parry chance and then not stand in the acid blast. How many turns is this? Another 3 turns. Boy, he sure does love to shoot acid at me. Also, fire, he's just, like, supremely annoying. And he keeps doing this in a way where the only way I can get out of the fire in a single move is to dash away from him, which makes it harder to hit him with a big axe. You know what? I'm done playing this game. So give me the loot. I'll deal with the fire later. Alright, you would think that a person who can create fires, as effectively as I can, would be a little bit better at standing in them. You know, I'm just saying, I have a lot of opportunity to practice. Right, I was in fact already over here. And see, like, in a fight like that, even if we had still had the pet and he had been at full health, he would have gotten completely destroyed there, and it would have been a huge amount of extra effort for me to desperately try to protect him for very little benefit. And he's supposed to be like a relatively our level pet, right? So I'm not exactly sure what the developers' intentions are for your pet use, but it really does seem like if you want to have a pet that can like follow you around and be functional, even even like 20% of the time, you really got to put some effort in. Like quite a lot of effort. Beyond the capturing, beyond the taming and the bathing and the feeding. And where is this Orichalcum? I feel like it doesn't usually take me this long to find it. Ah, there we go. Just what Milbereth was looking for. I don't know how our character knows what this particular gem looks like. I would have thought from the name that it would be an ore. But it sure looks like a gem on the ground, didn't it? Alright, I think we've gotten probably everything useful we're going to get out of here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and head back down. Again, we are, I think, having some pacing problems that are at least partially related to me being too thorough. Which is a weird place to be. Oh, good. Some kind of special monster is waiting for us. Oh, and it's one of these assholes. Alright, well, he's got his own ice daggers, which is fine. Not a big deal. Oh, wait, I want to do a water scroll here. He is resistant to all non-physical. Okay. Well, we're going to get stabbed by the ice dagger, but there's not really a way of avoiding that. If we want to be able to melee this guy, like we're going to spend some time inside the ice daggers. What we can do is buff our parry chance and attempt to just not... Wow, that was a fair amount of damage that he did there all of a sudden. I'm going to put up the Flame Serpent. Just get us... Never mind, I was going to say get us a little bit of bonus damage, but I'm not going to be able to hit him with it, with him having moved to that side. He really is quite resistant to magic. I thought maybe we would just power through the resistance, but he's like... It's a real problem. Fiery Breath doesn't seem very good. You know what seems good is surviving. You stay right there. I'm going to eat an entire chicken dinner real quick. Okay. May as well run through lava a little bit with the fountain right here. Alright, I think the stairs are right over here. Must you? Was that really a good idea? Do you think that was worthwhile? Here we go. So, I'm pretty sure that none of this stuff is going to mean very much to us. I guess we don't currently have a good shield, so if we want to play a character in the near future who wants to have a shield, this might be a good thing to build and throw in the bank. 20% block chance, 38% damage block, minus 8 damage from all elements. Corral pet heals for 15% of max HP when you defeat a non-trivial enemy. That's actually pretty good. That is not a bad shield at all. We got exactly what we were hoping for there. Also, job points. So we are pretty far from having explored this whole floor. I think my plan here is let's go up one more level. Ooh, I do like river spirits. Let's see if we can capture one of these. So they have, first of all, an annoying AoE attack, and secondly, a self-heal. I'm gonna need you to not do that thing. This is another one of those situations where you have to try to keep him away from the other river spirit. It seems to be content to mirror my movements. Let's go throw him in the corral as well. I'm sure that there are lots of interesting new monsters, and we'll try to capture some of those and play with them. But I can tell you that I have, from some level of experience, already ruled out a pretty huge number of the monsters as functional pets. I mean, he's also definitely not a person. You know what? It's a very common name out there in the jungle. It's like John Smith. I'm gonna need a new monster mallet, please. And then also, I'm assuming the monsters always come in at miserable. He is uncommon and super ugly. Just hideous. What does a water thing like to eat? Maybe he would like to feel minty fresh. He doesn't like it that much. Into apples? He's not into apples. What about... I mean, we spent a lot of food on the other guy. How are you gonna hate cookies? I mean, listen. I suppose I don't actually know what these cookies taste like. I have no idea from this name. I have no idea what to expect. Maybe they are super gross. He doesn't like chocolate. If I was water, what would I want? What goes really well with water? Fine cheeses? No, we'd probably have to turn him into wine first, right? How about a mint fudge? Okay, wait, did he... No, it was only okay. But he did level up and give us an item made of his essence, so definitely don't put that in your mouth. What would we need to bring him with us? He would need to be 4. Okay. We can maybe make that happen. Honestly, I don't think we're ever going to use these spicy tacos. They're just not... There's a lot of food in the game that is not worth giving yourself the full debuff. I'm going to give him all this cheese. We're not going to use it. I don't particularly care for basic cheese as an item. For kind of the same reason. It can be useful to cook with, I suppose. I mean, we're getting there. Do you want just a big bag of grain? Think of how soggy you can make this grain. He's fine with it. He did eat the whole bag. Okay. That works. He is at 3 of the 4 that we would need. I mean, chocolate bars are good cooking ingredients, but they're also extremely common. They're very, very easy to buy. And then, like, smoothies? I don't really think we're going to be using smoothies. How about some more coffee? We're so close. This chicken pot pie. Okay. He is happy enough with us to come out on the road. So let's do that. I'm going to groom him. He's a lot cheaper to groom. He doesn't like baths, but he looks much better now. What is even the process of bathing a thing that is made entirely of water? He doesn't even look... He's still ugly. You would still describe him as ugly. Alright, it's fine. You're coming with me. And we are getting some insurance. It'll probably be... Okay, it's a little bit more expensive. What I was gonna say is it will probably be a little bit cheaper on account of this pet being lower level, but apparently that's not how that works. Alright, and my plan was to wait until we hit the next level so that we had another day change, rather, before we came back here to purchase things, but apparently people's inventories did already refresh. Wait, did I... No, it is a normal mint herb brew. We do not need that. What about you? What do you have? You have some brined fish. I mean, I guess since food is so very cheap, probably it makes sense to just buy all of the food every time so that, like, at the very least we can give it to our pets. And my plan, the biggest part of my plan was trying to reset the rumor monger here. There's a thing in the wrong place. Retrieve a thing. Boy, they really want us to go to the ancient ruins. I'm doing Stonehewn Hall. Show me something for that. Go to Fungal Caves 9 and seek out bottles and brews. Nah, that's alright. These are all terrible rumors. Alright, River Spirit, I believe in you. He's not going to be tremendously effective in fighting the other River Spirits. So I believe all of his attacks are water damage. I mean, probably unsurprisingly. A wild knife and a white quality partisan. You know what? I have a ton of healing. I may as well. Pretty much any time we're over the 25 point threshold with the flask, I'm going to be very cavalier about its use. Because every time we touch a flask refill fountain, while we have 25 or more charges, it makes me feel a little bit bad. It's like the wasted efficiency. I mean, at this point, you probably have a pretty good idea how I feel about that. That number's not going up as much as it could be going up. And it's my fault. Ooh, okay. So we have a Polar Rattler here, and also this guy who is not as chilled as his name might suggest. I'm gonna go over here. Just trying to get the Water Spirit to move. Okay, apparently he's not going to. He's just going to stand there and get water damaged. Actually, he's not taking any damage at all from the Polar Rattler. He just got hit by the random lightning storm one time. Okay, let us... what do you... You are resistant to everything. Roughly equally resistant to everything. Which is to say, I think my job is to just strike you over and over again with my very impressive axe. I am paralyzed and cannot attack, but I can still shoot lightning at people. He's fire vulnerable. That's a shame. We don't really have a lot of ways of dealing fire damage. Okay, there we go. We always get there eventually, right? Hey, weird. That roguelite looks exactly like Orichalcum. It's almost like Orichalcum isn't a thing at all, and that blacksmith is just an idiot. Unfortunately, I do not believe the pet will cast his heal on us. I think he either can only heal himself or only wants to heal himself. Would be a nice source of sustainability. Okay, so that's proper up to the next level. Let's hold out here. Okay, that does heal me to full. No sense using another charge just to get 2 more charges. So there is still stuff down below. I think we can probably just move on. Again, like, we're over-leveled as it is, right? Thoroughness is only going to make that worse. You can probably tell from statements like, oh, we're over-leveled, let's not get more over-leveled, that I'm not particularly concerned about our health at this point in the game. Did you know you could shoot arrows with a bow? Why don't you buy one and see for yourself? Ah, Randa, that's a good sales pitch. Kind of. Ooh. He's selling a legendary bow. Plus lightning damage dealt, plus swiftness. On hit, summon moonbeams that hurt enemies or buff allies. That's a cool bow. And it's only 5,000 gold. It's only a little over half of our gold. The thing is, it's also only 198 power. Like, it's probably pretty good. I think we're not going to buy it. Let's just keep pushing. I do appreciate being offered cool stuff, though. Just with a power that low, it would not be very difficult for us to find a more effective bow for whatever bow character we might build. Damn it, I'm always unable to actually use my damn weapons. Are you fire vulnerable? You are lightning vulnerable. Okay. That said, still don't just stand in the fire. As you can see, as a melee character, as long as you're getting kills, it's pretty hard to run out of energy and stamina. The difficulty comes when you get to enemies that are tough enough that you're not getting free kills all the time. If you can imagine such a circumstance. What are you? You are... Okay, you're resistant to damage types that we don't have to worry about too much. I guess my offhand does deal shadow damage. Whatever, it's fine. It's also really nice to have a pet who has primarily ranged attacks, because he won't run into battle and get himself completely obliterated for no reason. Which is a thing that I think is going to always be a problem with a gold frog. We should probably be leading with the shadow attack as often as possible, for the fact that it can increase the damage done by our melee. See, I already feel more secure, even though this guy is numerically a little bit worse than the gold frog, except on health, where he is numerically tremendously worse than the gold frog. Just like the difference that a healing ability makes. Wait, don't hurt us, we're just miners. That's very screwed up of you to assume that I would have just murdered you. I think they might just be miners, guys. We were crunching the rocks down in the mines when one of my workers was trapped. Please, help him. You can keep whatever gems were left over from our operation. We just want our friend back. Take some of my shovels. You'll need them. I also have a lot of shovels of my own, but thank you. Also, there was some kind of loot down at the south end here. Okay. It's, you know, it's all rock themed. That's what I'm getting from this. Well, we can save a guy. I don't even remember what these dudes do for you. Ow, I'm just walking in lava for no reason. Okay. So he's got the Avenger trait up there in the upper right. That means that if another monster dies near him, he gets a pretty significant stat boost. Shouldn't be a problem, because I think we're going to be able to just murder him. It's actually doing kind of a lot of damage to me. Definitely not a person. Coming through very strong, though. Clearly a consummate professional. Okay, apparently we're just fighting this. I was going to back up and lure him over, but... You can do this. How is he still alive? There we go. I should probably be a little tiny bit less cavalier about stepping on the lava on account of its lava. This monster does not want to cross the stream. And then I just press the wrong button and jump in the lava anyway. Yeah, a river spirit is definitely a very useful pet. 14%. You know what? I believe in you. Yeah, see? You just gotta give him the tools and confidence that he needs to accomplish the goals you put in front of him. Also, when he heals himself, he really does heal for a very considerable percentage of his maximum HP. So, very resistant to poison, massive puller acidified. I don't remember what massive does. It might make it harder for us to use pulls and pushes on him. And obviously puller does what it sounds like it does. So, I guess let's give him a little bit of a shadow debuff if we can. Yep, we got the vulnerability on there. He's going to strike me with acid here, which is really annoying. Step back and then do this. Unfortunately, as you saw there, there's no way to tell the difference between a spell effect caused by a friendly unit and one caused by an enemy. So I did not know that that spell I was dodging belonged to our pet when I dodged it. I'll just give you a little push there, buddy. Not that I don't think you could have done it. Just, you know, it was taking forever. And yeah, I know we saw the stairs already. I'm just running around looking for treasure, although I have already decided that doing so is potentially a source of problems for us. Also, I gotta remember to glide over the lava, instead of walking through it like some kind of big idiot. Especially since Glide does that thing where it only goes on cooldown half the time. That's a really cool ability I do not make enough use out of. Alright, so we put down our Phoenix... Oops, tabbed out of the window. Put down our Phoenix thing there. Let's set up a Flame Serpent. And then... Kind of curious, if I glide to... Ah, man. We're having that problem where Glide doesn't actually have the ability to go to the places you want to go to. This dude's out of range of the horse charge, right? He is not, I just can't do it. Well, then I suppose the best thing we could do here is probably just walk forward a little bit. A little awkward because this guy's in this space, so we have to go around him. Like, that's a pretty effective strategy. It's a little bit of setup. Takes more time and resources than I would like. Well, I do not see the way forward. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to dig, but usually you can tell where the wall is gonna be thin. That's fine. We'll just figure it out the old-fashioned way. That's not a great start. Okay, and the shovels do not appear in the snack menu because you cannot eat a shovel, or rather, you can eat a shovel. But it's probably not going to have the effect you were hoping for. There are definitely going to be some side effects. Listen, there are a lot of things you can eat that are not food. And don't let me stomp on your dreams. If you are really devoted to eating a shovel, you do you. Alright, I would never try to discourage you from that. I'm just saying. Side effects, you know. Be prepared, is all. Alright, we're going to set up a relentless current. And then our job is to try to maneuver ourselves into a place where this is actually going to have the effect we want. Also, my job is to do this. Okay, that's actually pretty good. This is going to go off next turn, and it's looking pretty solid. So I'm just going to Ink Storm here, and let's see what happens. That was a lot of damage, is what happened. And then also the Ember Spirit burned our pet for 6 entire damage, because our pet is too stubborn to move out of a fire. Much like me. Well, you know what? I'll move out of a fire, but only if it makes me move into a different fire. Okay. Big monster down. This guy is very annoying. It is nice to have a lot of spell alternatives to attacking for these situations. Okay, we did it. We're big damn heroes. Let's steal all the gems, because I was told I could. Let's be honest, that's not why. Even if I was not told that, I would still steal all the gems. Hey there, man. Here's something else, lady. You handled those monsters like they were nothing. Well, I did almost die. I'd better get out of here. Thanks. And then he literally... If you had the ability to teleport away, why didn't you do that in the first place, man? How was that not the first thing to occur to you? Alright, we're just gonna head back out. Obviously, the side area cleared bonus only requires us to clear the upper floor on this particular side area. It's probably not even worth breaking these. Occasionally they have stuff in them, but not all that often. Alright, sure, the monsters didn't give an adventurer like you any trouble. Are you alright? I did, in fact, save your rocky hide. And you guys are still acting like I'm gonna harm you. You know, listen, I'm not asking for a crazy level of reactivity, dialogue trees, etc. I'm just saying I'd like the world to respond to me like a little bit. Your attacks can harm nothing but the Wraith. Well, that doesn't seem like a very good debuff to put on me when you're the only enemy around. It'd definitely be annoying in other circumstances. What are we looking at here? We might be able to dig through to a new area over there, but I think we should probably just keep searching for the stairs up here. Wait, did I misread my map? There we are. I knew it said there was an area above us that we hadn't explored, although I did not remember where that was. Alright, yeah, so you can see we're burning flask charges faster now. We're no longer accumulating quite so much, and obviously, like, part of that is that our actual charge gain has been not quite halved, because we are dipping below 25 sometimes, but certainly lessened. But also, we are actually starting to fight enemies where, like, I am having to pay more attention. He is lightning immune, and our pet is lightning vulnerable, so I certainly don't feel great about this. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do to interrupt this cast or to get our pet to move, so we're just going to have to watch our boy suffer. This is the hardest part of being a parent, I assume. So wait, where have we not been? Okay, down below the entry stairs. Fair enough. Hey look, it's all of the monsters. Also, a skull with an orange outline indicates that this guy is actually super powerful. Ice daggers, acidified, steel toe, and barrier. Steel toe is one of those ones where I don't remember what it does. Okay, this might be a situation that rewards a little bit of setup. So we're going to put up a Relentless Current. We're not quite in position for this yet, but we will be. I think I'm going to glide. Well, I pressed the wrong button. So this is going to go off in one turn. And this guy, I mean, it's possible he'll just walk into it. It's really all we can hope for. You are Shadow very resistant. So Shadow Scroll's not awesome for killing him, but it does do damage to the Alchemist. And also, like, putting a little bit of shadow damage onto the dude who's very resistant seems like a good idea. That's a different Thunder Spirit down there, and he's an Illusionist and a Conjurer, so this is going to get really ugly. Okay. What is the cooldown on this? It is 4 remaining turns. I would like to be a little bit further down before I Phoenix Wing, just so that the feathers are spread a little bit further, so we're going to walk one more normal step. Then I'm going to Phoenix Wing. Pet's doing just fine. You are lightning immune. The water would work, though. Probably what I want to do instead is just glide over there, or maybe even do the Wild Horse Dash. This will put him in the... Never mind. I was going to say it will put him in the little Flame Serpent we had, but first of all, that Flame Serpent despawned, and secondly, he teleported away like a coward. Alright, water is working just fine. I think we're just going to cut this guy up. It's not going to be a problem. And then Shadow Scroll sadly will not reach the one in the back, but yeah, this I'm not too worried about. We have lots and lots of ways of dealing with groups of fake enemies. I think I'm going to set up a Flame Serpent here. They're going to move forward into it, and then I'm just going to use the axe to put an end to all of this nonsense very quickly. So this guy's the real one. He's also conjuring toads at us, which is annoying more than dangerous. I am getting kind of low on health. I think we'll be okay, though. Yeah, the flask is keeping me afloat, and we do just so much damage. Okay, that actually, like, wasn't super close to killing us, but that was an interesting fight, at least. We're starting to have to actually apply our abilities in a sensible way. And water spirits don't make great primary combatants because they spend too much time healing themselves. Okay, there's also an area to the east of the stairs. They make fine support combatants because they don't, he spends less time healing himself if he's taking less damage. I can't believe the stairs were like 8 tiles away from the entrance and we just didn't see them. Again, one of these, and then campfire meat, I guess? There's no reason to just sit and rest. Especially with us being as close to a level up as we are. So all he has is Shadow Grasp. That's not terribly scary. We can just kind of mash our faces against this guy. Wait for the Shadow Grasp to despawn so I can grab the orb. Yeah, we have a good solid build here made of two very complementary classes. And we still haven't really had to work this to its true potential. I'm excited to see what that looks like once we are made to go to that place. Wow, all of the enemies are huge cowards. Also, man, a water spirit is just like a very good, in addition to being a good pet in a general sense, it's a pretty good pet for this area, because there's a lot of stuff that's weak to it, and not that many things that are strong against it. And as I'm saying that, he still manages to get destroyed. Stone-hewn Hall is 15, so we could just go up. Find ourselves a Judo Sash, which is the thing that I believe empowers your unarmed melee attack. I will say, it's weird how much gear is in the game just for the Boudica class. Maybe it's the case that somebody else wants to spend this much effort buffing up their punching, but it's hard to imagine, because without the punching buffs that you get as a Boudica, like, why not just use a weapon, right? This is an ice trap, but I'm going to go ahead and step on it because I don't mind. Oh, I thought it was just going to root us. Okay, well, you know what? I honestly don't mind this too much either. So he's not resistant to water. Let's water scroll him and then get out the ice tortoise. Okay. Easy enough. It would be cool if those would go away. Somewhere there's a bandit buff slinger, and he is slinging buffs. You would never have guessed that he has such a capacity. I totally just hit the way to turn button while standing in lava there. This is kind of annoying. Guy is really dedicated to not ever actually fighting me. You know what? I'm not afraid of you. I am afraid of the lava a little bit. Let's not stand in that. An ancient emerald slasher, blinking toxic frost spike. I don't actually know what toxic does. I'm assuming he poisons us when he hits us or something like that. Let's maybe pump up the parry chance. So hold on, with this up, my parry chance goes up to only 43%? Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, it increases it by 20%. I could believe that it's base 23. Well, let's hope that that's enough. He's resistant to everything equally. Alright, well then, bashing him about the head and shoulders it is. Hey, this looks bad. It looks like this might be hurt. This might be painful. Let's go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, now he's in there. Oh my god, you are so annoying. You know what? I'm just going to tank it, because I would really love to just deal some damage here. Alright, well, we've got him damaged enough that he enraged. And, yeah, I think I'm going to take another level of discipline for the same reasons as last time. We'll break this open. A deafening dream drum. Wait, what does that do? When used, you will immediately exit an active item dream. You'll receive your item back with no upgrade. Well, why would I want to do that? I guess if you put an item into the dream machine and you decide that you can't handle it and you want to go back, I'm not actually sure if you can do that otherwise. You can definitely leave the item dream, but I don't know if there actually is a way to just go like, no, give me my thing back. I want to use it again. So I suppose maybe this is actually very useful. What is Tsukida's Den? Are you searching for enlightenment in the wilds of Tangledeep, as I am? If so, you may sit with me and muse upon the serendipity of our meeting. Sorry, what do you do? Well, besides pursuing knowledge and self-fulfillment, I am expertly learned in celestial medicine. Oh, good. Can I have some? How typical. My medicine is not for those of this world. I cannot offer you any. But perhaps if you brought me some coffee, I could be persuaded to reconsider. Unfortunately, I think I gave all of my coffee to a frog. So, you're out of luck there, sister. Go. Why am I not... Usually when I try to jump to a place we can't jump to, it at least goes as far in that direction as possible. You know what? It doesn't really matter. Lava doesn't hurt that much. We have lots of healing. I just found a normal base quality Katar. You know what? I don't need to do this. I don't need to step in lava for another sparkly on the other side. Okay, you know what we should do? Let's go back home. We will consider pulling our spirit back out, but one thing I definitely want to do is check on rumors. Roost the Snake is okay. Ooh, I shouldn't have done this before. I was going to do a class trial. You know what? I'll take this. We'll go do this real fast, and then we can do the class trial. So, Stonehewn Halls, 14F. And you know what? I'm going to dump our other two rumors, because we're not going to do them. I don't care about this. And similarly, don't care about this. And then, do you have anything else? Discover the abandoned facility? Sure, I'll do that. We're going to walk right past it anyway. And there's Javelin. I mean, we don't need this. Okay. Somewhere on this floor, there's a snake whose name is Roos, and we are going to get loose upon him. Hopefully, we will find him quickly. That's just a thing Emerald Slashers do, apparently. It is not related to a trait. Okay, you are Roos the Snake. Not, in fact, a snake at all. Very tricky. Alright, if you make me chase you around, you are going to regret it. This is not going to make anything any easier for you. He is equally resistant to everything, so we're just going to do whatever we want. And look at this. Now I can just, like, walk out of the area of stuff and still get to deal damage. This is a little trickier, because there's an awful lot of things happening all of a sudden here. I'm gonna just increase my parry chance temporarily, and then, am I standing in poison gas? I am. Well then, I suppose we'll just... I wish I had a two-step. Glide takes us further than I want to go here. I guess I'll just walk upward. And then this way. Then this way. Let's try to stay away from the slasher. See, we're getting some pretty good damage without actually having to attack manually very much. I'm gonna set up a Relentless Current. Did you just melee me? Who told you you could just punch me in the face? Seems unsporting. Give myself a little Ink Storm. Okay, we're getting there. He's going down. I didn't even realize he had Explosive, because that's the first time he's used it. What about a Water Scroll? There we go. Yeah, 174 job points, and also, I mean, at this point, this is starting to look like a pretty small amount of XP. But I do love 174 job points, so very, very much. Now, let's head back and go do our class trial. Suppose I should have checked in with you guys. And yeah, I'm just sort of buying all the food. We probably have enough throwable vial things. You know what? I'm not actually sure if I have any water ones. I know we've definitely bought a bunch of lightning. I would also like to buy items from you. Probably not this arcane tome, although, honestly, it's not a bad base item. Sure, a tent. You can never have enough tents. Okay. So what are we at job point-wise? We are at 1789, which means we could do 2 job trials back-to-back here. Here, we'll do one and then stop for today, and then we'll maybe start the next episode with one. Oh, I have to... That does annoy me a little bit. I shouldn't have to unequip the passives from my other jobs. It should just take them off. Like, they should just be non-functional while I'm in the dungeon. Super weird that it works that way. Because, like, they don't make me throw away my pet. If you have a corral pet, he just doesn't come in with you. Unequip all passives not learned from your current job. I didn't do that? Oh no, sorry, I unequipped all the ones that are from my current job. I did exactly the opposite of what I was asked. Listen, I was talking. You can't talk and listen at the same time as effectively as you would like. Alright, defeating the trial is, yeah, you die. If you die in the Matrix, you die in real life. I'm familiar with the thing. Oh, that was nice. Crystal right in the middle of the thing here. So, we don't have access to any of that stuff, which means we can't even actually charge across the lava, because the charge for this class requires a target. I don't want to have to deal with you, so I won't. I think there's a pretty good chance that guy will never pursue us out of here, because they're always taking those, like, roundabout paths and teleporting everywhere. They don't really pursue very well if you just run in a straight line. Ow. Just pressing the wrong direction. What is that? A hardshell snapper. Okay. It's definitely not a, not an enemy sprite that I'm very used to. Why are you impossible to hit? Well, it feels to me like I might want to start up an ice tortoise here. Okay, that worked. Let's go ahead and use some of our little baby flask here. I mean, we're already at 3 of the crystals, right? I'm just gonna run away from these enemies. So I think there's a real good chance we're gonna find the crystal just sitting in the open here in a moment and be able to just leave the trial. Yeah, bam. Okay, gain a charge of Thundering Lion after using Wild Horse, or your next basic melee attack after moving is 20% stronger. I actually really like this. A charge of Thundering Lion is... I don't know, man. We don't use Wild Horse enough for that to be great, even if it was a big bonus, and it's really, really not a big bonus. But this other thing I like quite a lot. So, let's make sure that we remember to equip our job emblem, because our old job emblem is not doing anything for us. Yeah, that seems just absolutely great. Alright, and I think that is probably a pretty good place to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We've not really made a lot of build progress this episode. We were basically just sort of gathering resources. But when you come back next time, tomorrow, we're going to learn a whole lot of things about sword dancing and hopefully some things about burying an axe in someone's face. And we'll see you then.